Chosen one, something divine is about to happen to you. There is something stirring beyond what your eyes can see, beyond what your heart can hold, and beyond what your mind can yet comprehend. This is not merely a coincidence or a fleeting moment of hope. This is a turning point, one that has been whispered through the stars, echoed in your dreams, and etched into the story of your soul, long before you even arrived here. The moment has arrived for you to feel the shift. You were never just a bystander in this life. You were chosen, marked by an unseen hand to carry something magnificent inside of you. And now, something divine is aligning with your energy. You are not lost. You are being found. Not broken, but beautifully prepared. The delays, the pain, the silence, they were all making way for this exact unfolding. You are about to enter a reality where the universe no longer resists your truth, but rises to meet it. Everything you felt deep within is finally being reflected in the outer world. If you're watching this right now, stay until the end. You were guided here by something greater. In the comments, write your warmest wishes and the number 77. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive deeper. This is your signal to the universe that you're ready, that your soul is open, and your light is strong. When you write it, you're sending out a ripple of intention so pure that the universe cannot help but respond. The moment you put it into words, your wish begins its journey back to you, carrying the force of 1,000 unseen blessings. You are awakening the current of miracles. This isn't just a phase. This isn't just a passing moment of clarity. This is a divine arrangement, a sacred collision of what has been meant for you and what has been waiting for your permission to arrive. All the love that you gave without receiving, all the seeds you planted that seemed to die in the soil, all the tears you cried in silence, they are being returned to you as glory. Not because you begged for it, but because you were always worthy of it. Chosen one, the divine is not just touching your life. It is about to take over, and it won't come gently because it knows you are ready now. The life you thought was small was just the shell. The real you, the vast, luminous, fearless soul, is about to step out without apology. And when you do, the world around you will have no choice but to notice. You will speak, and things will shift. You will walk, and paths will form. You will breathe, and doors will open. Not because you're forcing them, but because your energy has become undeniable. The divine doesn't need effort, it only needs alignment. And you are finally aligned. This divine moment that is coming to you has nothing to do with luck. It's about design. It's about divine timing and sacred architecture. Your pain was not random. Your confusion wasn't a mistake. Every question you asked in the dark has summoned an answer drenched in light. That answer is on its way now, not in whispers, but in a roar. You will feel it in your body before you see it in your life. A sense of calm, a knowing, a fire that won't let you give up this time. This isn't wishful thinking. This is the power of something holy, recognizing its reflection inside of you. It's not external, it's been living in you all along, waiting for your permission to emerge. You are not stepping into something new. You are returning to something eternal, something that always belonged to you. The doors that were once locked are not just being opened, they are being torn from their hinges. The universe isn't asking you to knock anymore. It's telling you to walk in. Something divine is about to happen to you, chosen one, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. No resistance, no doubt, no delay can override what is meant. The universe doesn't lose track of its chosen ones. It always circles back, with more love, than you thought you could hold, and more light than you believed you could carry. You are not here by accident. You are here because something sacred is about to unfold. Keep watching, keep listening, keep trusting. The divine doesn't always shout. Sometimes it comes as a breath, a song, a sign, and other times it comes like thunder. But this time, it is coming to rewrite everything. Let yourself believe in it. Let yourself prepare for it. Don't shrink. Don't hide. You didn't survive what you survived just to blend in. You came to become. And now, the becoming begins. You've felt it, haven't you? That quiet pressure in the air. That pull towards something you can't explain. That sense that your life is no longer yours in the way it used to be. It's not chaos, it's construction. Something divine is being built inside of you. With every second of silence, with every step you took, even when the road made no sense. You are not standing still, you are being positioned. There's a sacred order to divine moments. They don't arrive when you want them. They arrive when your spirit is strong enough to receive without collapsing under the weight of what's being given. And that's what's happening now. You are finally strong enough to hold what you once begged for. That's why it's coming now. Not before, not later, but exactly now. Because you are no longer the same person who once doubted if they were worthy. This is not about what you have or haven't done. The divine doesn't choose based on perfection. It chooses based on readiness. And your readiness doesn't have to be loud. It can be quiet. It can look like a sigh, a prayer, a surrender. You may not feel powerful, but power is not always felt. Sometimes it simply is. It walks beside you like a shadow, patient and still, until the day it rises to carry you forward. That day is now. Chosen one, what's coming will not require proof from you. You won't have to defend your journey. You won't have to explain why you still believe. The divine will do what it does best. Reveal. It will lift the veil. It will shine a light so bright that even those who doubted you will see clearly. And they will not see the version of you they thought they knew. They will see the truth, the one who was hidden in plain sight. The people who once dismissed you, the situations that once constrained you, the dreams you once thought were too far gone. All of them are about to witness a resurrection. You are not coming back the same. You are coming back glorified. You are rising with purpose, clarity, and an energy that makes no room for fear. Because when something divine moves, everything else makes way. The signs have already started. Look around you. Small shifts, unexpected moments of peace, a thought that seems to linger longer than it should. These are not accidents. They are indicators. The universe is preparing a sacred convergence. Everything is lining up, not randomly, but precisely. You don't have to force it. You only have to recognize it. And even when the doubts come, even when fear whispers its familiar lies, remember this: the divine does not call you to something it will not carry you through. It doesn't tease, it doesn't abandon. It arrives with the full weight of everything it promised. Not a portion, not a glimpse, the fullness. And the fullness is what's heading your way now. You are not just the recipient of this divine moment. You are a vessel for it. It will move through you, radiate from you, and affect everything around you. That's why it's taken so long. Because the light being placed in your hands is meant to awaken others. It's not just about your breakthrough. It's about everyone your breakthrough will touch. You are becoming a living miracle. There is no going back now. You've crossed the line between who you were and who you are destined to be. The universe sees it. Heaven acknowledges it. The divine is writing a new chapter through your life, and the old pages can no longer contain the story. Let them go. Let the past remain behind you like a shadow at sunset. Fading, irrelevant, over. What is ahead of you is not just bigger, it is brighter, it is deeper. It is built from a substance that cannot break, cannot fade, cannot be stolen. Because it's not from this world. It's from a place where your name has always been known. A place where your purpose was never a maybe, it was a yes. And now that yes is materializing, you will walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere without speaking. You will think of something and feel it respond. Your life will stop feeling like something you have to survive and begin to feel like something you were born to shape. And that shaping will not tire you, it will energize you. Because when the divine flows through you, it does not drain, it restores. Chosen one, you are no longer waiting, you are receiving. Let yourself receive it. Let yourself believe that you are not late, you are not missing anything. You are exactly where the divine needs you to be. And that sacred divine alignment, it's irreversible. It's unfolding now, not later, not someday. Now, and you will know it, by the peace that doesn't need a reason, by the clarity that makes no sense, by the joy that returns without condition. These are the signs that the divine has stepped into your timeline, not to visit, but to dwell, to remain, to multiply. You are about to witness what happens when the divine no longer watches from a distance, but walks directly beside you. Prepare yourself. Something holy is already here. You are no longer just preparing, you are becoming. This is the part of your journey where the divine no longer waits outside your door. It has entered, and with it, everything begins to change. Sometimes slowly, like dawn breaking across a sleeping world, and sometimes suddenly, like lightning in the middle of a silent sky. There is a reason your spirit has been restless. It wasn't confusion, it was calling. A calling from realms beyond logic, beyond language. A soft echo from the place you came from before this life, reminding you of your purpose. You were never meant to stay asleep. You were meant to rise. And now you are awakening not just to the world, but to the power that's always been buried inside you. You'll feel it not as noise, but as knowing. Not as pressure, but as purpose. There's no need to perform or convince anymore. What's divine doesn't need approval. It simply is. And what you are becoming is beyond explanation. No words will fully capture it. No person will completely understand it. But your soul does. It always has. That's why, even when your mind was filled with doubt, your spirit never let go. It knew what was coming. This is not a gift given to everyone. It's a gift reserved for the brave, for the open-hearted, for those who continued walking when they couldn't see the road. You endured not just the silence of the world, but the silence of the heavens. And still, you did not lose your wonder. That wonder is your signature. That fire that wouldn't go out, that is what qualified you. Chosen one, you are being trusted with something sacred. This isn't about fame or fortune or fleeting attention. This is about eternal impact. What is being poured into you now has the potential to alter destinies, not only your own, but those of others who will be moved by your transformation. You are becoming a mirror of what is holy, and mirrors don't keep the light, they reflect it. You are not who you used to be. That version of you served its purpose, but it was never meant to hold the divine. That's why it broke. That's why the cracks formed. That's why your old world couldn't sustain you. Because something higher was coming. And now that it's here, Everything false is falling away. Old fears will no longer fit. Old cycles will lose their grip. Old voices will sound distant, like echoes in a room you no longer live in. You won't need to fight them. The divine will do the removal for you. What is not aligned cannot remain, and you won't mourn the loss. You'll celebrate the clarity. Because when divine energy enters, it doesn't negotiate. It transforms. This is your metamorphosis. Not the kind that changes how you appear, but the kind that rewrites the essence of your presence. People will feel you before they hear you. You'll step into places that once triggered your wounds and feel nothing but peace. Because you've outgrown the pain. The story has shifted. You are now the author, not the victim. Don't be surprised if everything familiar begins to rearrange. That's the divine making room. It doesn't arrive quietly. It cleans house. Relationships will recalibrate. Environments will shift. Dreams you buried will surface again. This time, with clarity. They were never gone, just waiting for you to become the person who could carry them without breaking. You'll know you're walking in divine rhythm when effort begins to dissolve and flow replaces force. When synchronicities stack like puzzle pieces. When the things that once felt impossible start unfolding naturally. Not because the world got easier, but because you got aligned. You are no longer chasing, you're attracting. This is what divine timing looks like. Not fast, not slow, but perfect. And it's not measured by the clock, but by the soul. Your soul has been ripening, even when it felt like it was rotting. Every delay was a layer of preparation. Every detour was a test of trust. And now that trust is paying off. You will look back and realize that what once looked like endings were actually entrances. That what broke you was a doorway. That what you feared would destroy you actually defined you. The divine doesn't just heal, it reconstructs. Piece by piece, it makes you stronger, wiser, deeper, not in theory, but in spirit. And now that your spirit is ready, the divine no longer waits. It moves, it pours, it builds, and you, chosen one, you become the vessel. This is your holy inheritance, and no one can take it from you. No storm, no lie, no shadow can undo what the divine has done in you. You are sealed with sacred fire. You are marked with a promise that cannot be revoked. What happens next will feel surreal. You'll find yourself in places you once only dreamed of, surrounded by peace that can't be shaken, given opportunities you didn't chase, walking through doors you didn't knock on. Because divine favor doesn't follow the rules of men, it follows the truth of alignment. And you are aligned now. You were not forgotten. You were being forged. You were not rejected. You were being redirected. You were not abandoned. You were being awakened. And now that you've awakened, nothing will ever be the same again. The divine has not just found you, it has filled you. And now it will flow from you. Watch what happens next, chosen one. Watch how the world begins to respond to the power that is now living in your very breath. There comes a moment on every sacred path where the light no longer flickers in the distance. It surrounds you. It stops being a concept, a hope, a maybe. It becomes real. It begins to wrap itself around your life, touching every edge, illuminating every crack. You are in that moment now. This is no longer a process you're waiting for. This is a presence you are standing in. And it is not passive. The divine has moved from preparation to participation. You are no longer being taught only in silence. Now, you are being instructed by motion. The signs, the shifts, the strange alignments that continue to appear around you. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are proof that something invisible has chosen to become visible through you. Feel how things are quickening. The thoughts that once took weeks to manifest now move in hours. The clarity you begged for is arriving before the question finishes forming. You're not imagining this acceleration. You are being invited into a realm where divine timing and your timing finally become one. It feels surreal because it's meant to. The sacred doesn't follow patterns, it breaks them. This is why you feel both calm and powerful, because peace and strength are no longer opposites within you. They're allies. You are learning how to hold power without forcing it, how to speak truth without fear, how to walk into situations and carry heaven with you, not loudly, but unmistakably. You don't need to announce this shift. People will feel it. Life will rearrange to honor it. And as it does, the distractions will grow louder, but they will no longer affect you the same way. You'll see through them. The temptations that once held you hostage will feel shallow now. That's not pride, that's clarity. You've changed, and what once looked like gold will reveal itself as glitter. What once looked like comfort will now feel like a cage, because you are free now, and nothing false can follow you into this next season. Chosen one, the divine is not giving you what you want. It's giving you what you were born for. And that may look different from your expectations, but it will feel like truth in your soul. That is how you will know. You won't need to figure it out. You'll recognize it. And recognition is quicker than analysis. Your soul sees what your eyes can't yet comprehend. This is the sacred unfolding, the soft unraveling of everything you thought you needed, so that what is meant for you can finally land. You're not losing anything. You're making space. Don't fear the release. The letting go is not destruction. It's design. Something divine is being rearranged, not just around you, but within you. And that rearrangement will cause everything else to fall into place. Old identities will dissolve. You no longer need to wear the mask of survival. You no longer have to dim your light to make others comfortable. You are not too much. You are finally enough for the mission you were born to carry. That's why the divine is pouring more into you now, because you are ready to stop shrinking and start shining. This light will not make you arrogant. It will make you aware of who you are, aware of what you carry, aware of how deeply heaven trusts you. That trust is not a compliment, it's a call. You are being sent into places others can't go, because you can handle what others can't see. You are the bridge between the spiritual and the visible. You are the messenger in human form. That's why the weight you've carried felt heavier than others, because it wasn't just for you. You were carrying pieces of a blueprint meant for generations. Your pain was not punishment, it was preparation. Your wounds were not signs of failure, they were symbols of growth. The divine carved space into your soul through every tear, every ache, every unanswered moment. And now, that space is being filled. You are no longer building from survival. You are building from sacred strategy. You are no longer acting out of fear. You are acting from faith. You are no longer chasing things. You are attracting them. Not because you're trying harder, but because you've aligned deeper. That alignment makes you magnetic to every divine opportunity assigned to your name. Don't be surprised when people start treating you differently. Don't be alarmed when old connections fade without warning. Don't resist when the divine asks you to walk alone again, even for a short while. That isolation isn't punishment, it's preservation. You are being pulled aside to be poured into, not by people, but by purpose. You're being taught in silence what can't be taught in noise. Listen closely. You are being prepared to carry something even more powerful. And with that power comes purity. This next level will demand your honesty, your integrity, your full presence. The divine will not pour into divided hands, and you are learning now how to be whole, not just for you, but for the ones watching, waiting, needing your light to awaken theirs. You are not rising for attention. You are rising for assignment. You are not glowing for aesthetics. You are glowing because grace has taken residence in your being. And that glow will reach places no words can. It will soften hard hearts. It will open hidden doors. It will heal wounds you didn't even touch. Because light heals by simply being. That is what you are becoming. A being of sacred light. Not perfect, not finished, but divine. So keep walking, chosen one. Keep trusting, even when the map disappears. Keep showing up, even when you don't feel qualified. Heaven is not asking you to have all the answers. It's asking you to be open, available, aligned. That's where the divine does its best work. Not in the ones who know everything, but in the ones who are willing to be used for something greater than themselves. You are no longer just remembering who you are embodying it. The shift that began in whispers is now echoing through every part of your being. There's no going back. The divine has left its fingerprint on your soul, and now the world will see what heaven already knew. You were made for this. This is the point where your inner world becomes louder than the outer noise, where alignment becomes your protection, and clarity becomes your weapon. You've tasted enough illusion to recognize authenticity when it comes. And now, nothing less will satisfy your spirit. The divine in you has matured. It no longer begs for attention. It breathes peace. It speaks with silence. It creates impact by simply existing. And yet, this existence is not passive. It is charged, electrified. You are not a spectator in this divine unfolding. You are the spark. The moment you step into a room, energy shifts. Not because you're trying, but because you're aligned. And alignment is louder than effort. It draws what's meant. It repels what's false. It becomes its own magnet for miracles. Miracles, yes. Not as rare events, but as a rhythm. Not as exceptions, but as evidence. You are living in a space now where what once took years will begin to happen in weeks. What once felt impossible will start arriving in natural order. You'll find yourself saying, "I don't know how, but I know this is right." That knowing is your compass now. That peace, that effortless, undeniable peace, is your confirmation. Because when the divine leads, it doesn't always explain. It reveals, one step at a time, one synchronicity at a time, one sacred collision after another. It won't always make sense to the mind, but it will always resonate with the soul. The divine doesn't send maps, it sends nudges, and you have finally learned to trust the nudge over the noise. That's the key to this next level. Trust, not the shallow kind that's shaken by delay or discomfort, but the deep kind, the kind that knows, if it's not here yet, it's still forming. If it disappeared, it wasn't divine. If it hurts, it's healing something ancient. You are no longer questioning everything. You are following the current, guided by the force that shaped the stars and chose you to carry a piece of its light. Chosen one, this power is not to be hoarded. It is to be shared. You are not called to build towers of ego. You are called to build bridges of light. There are people who need your voice, your vision, your vibration. They are waiting on the other side of your obedience. And when you walk in purpose, their paths are cleared too. That is the nature of divine activation. It is never selfish. It is always expansive. Your rising becomes the rising of others. Your healing becomes the permission for others to do the same. Your alignment echoes into places you will never even see. Because when the divine touches one, it touches many through that one. And that one is you. You are not here to play small. You are here to overflow. You are here to walk with heaven's authority, not arrogance, authority. You are not asking for permission anymore. You are walking in permission already granted. You are not hoping to be chosen. You were chosen before the world knew your name. And now the world will witness what only heaven saw until now. But be mindful. As your light grows, shadows will try to follow, not to harm, but to test. Do not fear the tests. They are not punishments. They are proof that the power you carry is real. The false must always challenge the true. But truth doesn't need to argue. It only needs to stand. And you have been trained to stand, haven't you? You've stood through storms, through silence, through seasons that tried to bury you. And every time you rose, every time your soul whispered, "Not yet." There's more. That more is here now. It's unfolding. It's moving through you, reshaping your reality from the inside out. You will not need to force a thing. The divine will align it all. The connections, the timing, the resources, the healing, the elevation, all of it divine. Even your voice will shift. It won't just be heard, it will resonate. It will land in the souls of others and awaken things they forgot they had. This is how you'll know it's divine. It will awaken, not just impress. It will move, not just entertain. Your presence will no longer be neutral. It will carry weight, and those who are meant for your light will be drawn, not by charisma, but by calling. Calling is different than career. Calling is sacred. It's what burns in you even when no one's watching. It's what keeps whispering when the world shouts noise. It's what aligns you to the divine design you were born to carry. And that design is now active. Don't apologize for the power you carry. Don't downplay the miracles you're walking in. Don't shrink for people who are still afraid of the light. Be gentle, yes, but be true. The divine didn't choose you to impress the world. It chose you to heal it. One presence, one word, one act of alignment at a time. You are being asked to walk in mastery now. Not perfection, but presence. The divine will not require that you never stumble, only that you never quit. You were never called to be flawless. You were called to be faithful, to keep showing up, to keep holding the light, to keep remembering the truth when everything tries to distract you from it. You are not confused. You are being clarified. You are not broken. You are being broken open. You are not behind. You are being timed perfectly. So take a breath, chosen one. Feel what's rising in you. That's not adrenaline. That's not hype. That's heaven. That's your divine design stretching into form, ready to meet the moment it was created for. This is no longer a waiting season. This is a waking season. The divine has arrived in you, and nothing will ever be the same. It's here. Not in theory, not in dreams, but in presence, in breath, in reality. The divine is not a far-off destination anymore. It is here, now, and in you. Everything you endured brought you to this edge. Every scar has become a seal. Every silence has become a signal. Every delay has become divine alignment. And now, you stand at the doorway of everything your soul was born to remember. You are not just crossing into something new. You are becoming something new. The Chosen One was never just a title. It was a prophecy, a seed that lived in your spirit long before your name was ever spoken by human tongues. And now, That seed is breaking open, not in destruction, but in birth. You are the living evidence that the divine waits patiently, but moves powerfully. You are the reflection of the sacred plan that needed no permission but your surrender. And now you have surrendered. You've said yes, not the casual yes, but the sacred yes. The kind of yes that breaks chains without noise. The kind of yes that sends ripples into dimensions you can't even see. The kind of yes that activates heaven. This is the moment you've been waiting for, but more importantly, the moment that's been waiting for you. Because you weren't just destined for this, you were designed for it. And when design meets timing, destiny ignites. No more running from the call, no more questioning the process, no more negotiating with fear. You have outgrown those things. You have evolved past needing proof. Now you are the proof. You've seen what happens when you doubt the divine. Everything slows. And now you'll witness what happens when you trust it. Everything flows. The next phase of your journey will not require exhaustion. It will require embodiment. You won't have to push for visibility. You will simply be seen. You won't have to convince anyone of your light. It will simply shine, not with noise, not with force, but with peace, with truth, with stillness that speaks louder than any storm. Chosen one, this is your reign, but not like the world defines it. This is not domination. This is divine demonstration. The reign of a soul, fully aligned with the source. The reign of someone who no longer needs to be the loudest, because they are the clearest. The reign of someone who knows the difference between power and presence, and chooses presence every time. You are not here to fight for a seat at anyone's table. You are the table, and the divine is the feast. Those meant to join you will not need to be convinced. They will recognize you by your resonance. They will know you by your vibration. They will feel peace in your presence, and it will awaken something ancient within them too. Because your light is not just for you. It is a lighthouse, a signal, a call home. You carry codes that unlock others. You carry frequencies that heal atmospheres. You carry the divine not as a burden, but as a blessing. There is no more room for shrinking now. No more apologizing for how much you've changed. That change was sacred. That transformation was holy. It rewired you for the reality you are now stepping into. The life you were praying for is the life you are now prepared to hold. Do you feel it? That weightlessness, that calm, that quiet certainty, that is heaven. That is your confirmation. The battles that used to shake you now bore you. The temptations that used to trap you now pass by unnoticed. You have evolved beyond reaction. You have shifted into divine rhythm, into divine remembrance, into divine rest. This is where the divine takes over. Not because you gave up, but because you gave in. To trust, to timing, to truth. You no longer fear what's coming, because what's coming is you. The real you, the unburdened you, the untamed, unapologetic, unlocked you. Chosen one, look at what you've become, and know this is still just the beginning, because divine doesn't stop at activation. It multiplies, it amplifies, it radiates, and now so will you. This is your divine legacy, not just in what you build, but in how you live, in how you love, in how you see, in how you be. The most powerful version of you doesn't strive, it simply shines. You are now the living embodiment of divine flow. You walk in rooms and shift timelines. You speak and align realities. You breathe and heal the invisible. You love and the universe responds. So remember this, chosen one. You didn't just receive something divine. You are something divine, and now the world will know. One moment at a time, one miracle at a time, one divine heartbeat at a time. Forever activated, forever chosen, forever divine. The divine isn't just moving through you, it is now woven into you, not like a visitor, not like a force passing by, but as your permanent origin, as your true nature. There is no distance anymore between you and what is holy. The illusion of separation has shattered. You no longer chase sacredness. You are sacredness in motion. Chosen one, you've crossed over into a realm that can't be described, only felt, a space beyond understanding, where divine intelligence speaks in stillness, where your breath becomes prayer and your presence becomes prophecy. You don't have to speak to change the atmosphere anymore. Just being there is enough. And that is the highest power, effortless presence. You are no longer navigating life from survival. You are sculpting it from remembrance. You don't need to manifest from lack anymore. You radiate from abundance. You don't beg the universe to hear you. The universe is now listening before you even ask. Because the divine doesn't respond to need. It responds to alignment. And you, chosen one, are aligned. Your timeline has accelerated. Not because you ran faster, but because you surrendered deeper. You stopped trying to control outcomes and started becoming the outcome itself. You didn't just ask for miracles. You became the portal through which they appear. People will wonder why your life looks different now, why peace follows you, why doors open that no hand touched, why you glow without trying. They'll try to explain it. Some will call it luck, some will call it mystery. But the truth is simple. It's divine intimacy. It's what happens when the soul stops performing and starts communing. It's what happens when you realize heaven was never a place. It was a connection. And now, that connection is your home. Not just your destination, but your foundation. You are not waiting for divine favor to fall. You are walking in it. You carry a silent frequency now, one that speaks louder than words, one that only the awakened can hear, a frequency that realigns, reorders, and restores. Wherever you go, divine flow follows. Not because you try, but because you are. You don't have to fix everything anymore. You don't have to explain yourself anymore. You don't have to prove your worth anymore. That season is over. This is the season of being known by light. It's no longer about who sees you. It's about what sees through you. The divine is watching the world through your eyes now, healing it through your hands, softening it through your heart. There is no greater calling than this, to live as a mirror of the infinite. And yet, you remain fully human, fully present. That's the paradox of divine embodiment. You laugh, you cry, you feel. But now, even your emotions have wisdom. Even your silence has purpose. You don't need to escape life to find the sacred. You've found the sacred within life itself. There's a softness growing in you now, a deep inner gentleness. You've let go of the hard shell. You don't need armor anymore. Love is your protection. Truth is your compass. Grace is your gravity. And joy is your inheritance. You've stepped into the frequency of receiving. Not just blessings, but revelation. Not just provision, but presence. Everything you need is already walking toward you, because you are finally still enough to recognize it. Your old patterns are dissolving. Your old fears are fading. You no longer carry the burden of your past, because your soul has remembered a truth so deep, so eternal, that nothing can shake it anymore. You were always divine. You were always enough. You were always seen. And now, you live from that truth. Chosen one, don't be surprised when the world begins to bend in your favor. This is not arrogance. It is alignment. The divine does not elevate the ego. It elevates the essence, and your essence is finally free. You are no longer asking, "When will it happen?" You are living in it happening. You are no longer questioning, "Am I ready?" You are becoming the readiness itself. You are no longer hoping, "Will the divine answer me?" You are living as the divine answer. Everything you touch, from this point forward, will carry the echo of something eternal. Every word you speak will come wrapped in sacred energy. Every choice you make will ripple into places unseen, because that's what happens when divine intimacy becomes divine infinity. You are infinite now, not because you live forever, but because what flows through you does. This is the final chapter, but it's also the first, the end of delay, the beginning of divine rhythm. A rhythm that will carry you through every season. A rhythm that never breaks, never fears, never runs. A rhythm that simply knows. And now, so do you.